Hey y'all, and welcome to Brawl. My name is Brian, and Paris Denard gives this just hysterical woke liberal a much-needed reality check. Unfortunately, it's CNN, so I don't think she's going to learn anything, and neither will her audience. But before we dive in, I want to give a quick shout out to our great sponsors over at Colonial Metals Group. They quite literally have the cure to buy inflation and Harris economics, but more on that later. Now, let's dive in.
I think today he said exactly what he felt, and we all saw it.
Yeah,
the day
that's
before,
what was so fascinating.
Right, the day before it was a wooden, very scripted, very stiff, no emotion. Today the emotions
someone
were
on Twitter
out.
called it a hostage video yesterday. I mean, that's basically...
that's what it looked like. It looks like he was forced. And guess what? Take a look at what some of the neo-Nazis are saying about his speech. Because one of them just put a new statement out that I just saw, just came into my email. He says Trump defends Charlottesville's Nazis against Jew media lies, condemns Antifa terrorists. He will not be blackmailed into condemning his base. So there you go. That's how neo-Nazis see President Trump. They are clapping for him and saying, he's giving us a thumbs up, y'all. We're good.
No, actually, they're clapping for you because you're buying into what they're trying to do.
They are not clapping for Sarah Sidner. You better take that back.
No, I won't take it back because what they're doing is you just gave them platform. You just read their entire message of hate.
I didn't. You should see their message. Their message is really strong, and their message gets out to hundreds of thousands of people. So I'm not giving them a platform.
Actually, you just gave them. Actually, no. When you
read the idea that
for the record, she didn't say the person's name or their Twitter account. I didn't say the person's name, and I didn't give their account. But I am telling you that this is how white supremacists and neo-Nazis are reading the president's comments.
Not. It's how they're.
How do you know? Do you read their comments?
I don't.
Have you talked to them?
I don't.
Because
no,
I
haven't.
I've spent time with them.
Well, congratulations.
This past week,
I'm glad you spent time with racists, but let me tell you.
I have spent time with them and talked to them because I'm interested in actually what they think and what they're saying so that we can learn how to try and change minds and bring people together.
I'm proud that you talked to racists. But Anderson, this is the point that I've been trying to make, which I haven't been able to make because nobody lets me talk on the show or on this panel. The point is, this is different. When you are talking about something as so divisive as the racial issues that we have in this country, the president wanted to take the time to make sure you had all of the facts because every single word mattered.
You were actually saying with a straight face that this president cares about getting the facts right before speaking, before tweeting about
Anderson,
something?
when I'm talking about
wiretapping in the Trump Tower.
Those things are different.
That doesn't matter? Really, accusing the former president of wiretapping?
What I'm saying is this is a different issue. It's a racial issue. You know what? Everyone talked about the Merck CEO, Merck CEO resigning. Every time they said that, who happens to be African-American, the Merck CEO, who happens to be African. But when the rest of the CEOs resigned, I didn't hear people say, who happens to be white.
Man, Paris Denard, he's a small guy, but he's a heavy hitter. All right, this guy has to carry water for Trump on the national stage, particularly to CNN. And granted, their audience isn't going to understand. Because the audience that CNN caters to are rich white liberals, and I talk about these kind of people constantly, but we've got to deal with a couple of major fact problems here. Okay, number one, right there at the end, if you notice that Anderson Cooper was out there saying that no, in fact, Donald Trump was not wiretapped. No, he was, under direct orders from Barack Obama. He was wiretapped, the FBI was in on it, and the FBI enjoyed doing it. Okay? If you want to deal with the swamp, you have to admit this problem. And of course, Anderson Cooper isn't going to reveal that part of the truth. And so I'm kind of shocked that he was dumb enough to bring it up to begin with. However, this other lady is out here talking about the alt-right and neo-Nazis. Hey y'all, I'm not exactly looking at retirement anytime soon, but my parents are, and friends of my parents are, and I'm sure either you or someone you know is looking at retirement and wondering, what do I do? How do I help prepare for this in this economy with this terrible president and with a vice president who basically coup d'etat him and is now looking to run for president herself? How do you protect against this? Well, simple. You go over to my friends at Colonial Metals Group. They quite literally have something called the Retirement Package Plan. This plan backs your wealth with gold and silver accounts. And furthermore, you will have direct access to these accounts. So you're not at the whims of Wall Street. You're not at the whims of inflation. You are in command of your own destiny. As a bonus, qualified applicants can receive up to $10,000 in free silver, plus a couple of other little goodies that they're going to package up for you, and you're going to be able to protect your wealth and your retirement. So go over to this link in the description below at colonialmetalsgroup.com or call this number 800-203-0422 and see how they can help you prepare for retirement today by backing your account with gold and silver. Don't delay your retirement, folks. Protect the money that you earned with Colonial Metals Group. They're here to help. But if you want to understand these people, you have to do a better job of actually researching than this lady did. She said that, oh, I've talked with these people. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it, because if she did, then she would come away with either a greater understanding of what they're trying to do, which, again, I disagree with a lot of the alt-right movement. And then she would also know that the Charlottesville hoax is indeed a hoax. All right? Donald Trump did not say there are fine and good people. All right? That has been a blatant lie, and people who still peddle that probably believe that Amber Heard was telling the truth. They believe that Kyle Rittenhouse is a murderer when he was acting in self-defense. They probably still believe in Christine Blasey Ford, who lied about Justice Kavanaugh. And ultimately, these people just don't live in reality. That's just the truth. If you believed in any of those hoaxes, hopefully you understood that you got duped. Okay? If you believe in any of these stories, if you believe in the Charlottesville hoax, congratulations, you got duped by a media who is actively lying to you. Okay? That's the truth of the situation. Furthermore, once you understand that the media, the majority of legacy media, exists basically to just cater to rich white liberals, the moment you understand this, everything else starts to fall into place. So, I've explained why they're like this, that they are catering to an audience, but that's starting to change. And it's starting to change just the other day, because Kamala Harris had to come out with this big media blitz, and she got roasted by some interviewers, because the mainstream media is starting to realize that the well is drying up. They can no longer squeeze blood from this turnip. They have to have some sort of integrity, and they know the winds are changing. They know that the rich white liberals are probably no longer the true dominant class. That's going to be the tech bros. That's going to be the people out in Silicon Valley. People who worship at the altar of Elon Musk, so to speak. We're starting to see a major shift in our political world. And this is similar to about the time that Barack Obama came into office and swept away the old waspy white Anglo-Saxon Protestant groups that were kind of in charge at that time. So, we are slowly witnessing a major change in the political landscape. And that means that 2024 is an important year for elections, but 2028 will be the true bellwether. So, you can see in this clip that Paris Denard is trying to hold his own, and he does so successfully. Anderson Cooper does give him a little bit of breathing room, but he gets shouted down on CNN so often. And this man works his butt off in order to make sure that he's telling the truth to people who watch CNN. And this lady is not exactly given the full story, because she doesn't fundamentally understand what the alt-right is actually looking for, and furthermore, continues to peddle the Charlottesville lie. This is what CNN does, and that's why things are slowly changing, because they've realized that, well, the time's up. All right, the rich white liberals are slowly starting to lose their power, and it's all thanks to platforms like YouTube, Twitter. Basically, the internet in general has been this enabler that allows you and I the ability to look up a story and decide, wait a minute, what I've been told on TV is a lie. That is the true strength of the internet, and it is changing politics forever. And Paris Denard, he doesn't need it because he understands what's actually going on, but the average CNN viewer, it's just going to go over their heads. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed that segment here on Political Brawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one, and until then, y'all have a good one.